A young man ventures deep into an eerie, abandoned nuclear site hidden within the dense forests of Illinois. As he steps into the long-forgotten bunkers, strange noises echo through the walls.
Not sure what these were for. So yeah, some very weird noises are coming out of here, but it's just the wind and birds who apparently live in here.
But then, his eyes widen in shock as something sinister is unfolding before him. He stumbles upon what appears to be a dark, satanic ritual.
This is very creepy. This is very weird that there's a satanic cult that's been here. I'm not sure what this is. I think it held some sort of light because those are all candles.
What twisted secrets lie within this forsaken structure? A Reddit user recently shared a chilling story about a photo his grandmother showed him, taken about 10 years ago at their secluded cabin in the woods. She swears no one was around when she snapped the shot, yet in the background, a shadowy figure can be seen. What makes the sighting even more unsettling is that she explained a man once lived there, a man who supposedly owned a pirate ship. The eerie detail seems to line up with the mysterious figure captured in the photo, adding an eerie twist to the entire. While caving with a group, one man found himself trapped in a terrifying predicament. His partner managed to pull him out, saving him just in the nick of time. A Reddit user recently shared a photo from a peaceful trip to a forest in Chattanooga, Tennessee, where they were trying to capture a playful shot of a tree. However, upon zooming in, something strange caught their eye. A mysterious gray figure appeared to be standing at the edge of a fence. Some commenters speculated that the figure resembled a woman in Victorian-era clothing, possibly a nurse or housemaid. Given the area's rich Civil War history, could this be the spirit of a Civil War nurse still lingering in the woods? The eerie discovery has sparked some fascinating theories. A family on a nighttime walk through the woods stumbles upon an unsettling scene that sends chills down their spines.
No bullshit. Come on. Come on down here with me. Come here. Guys, come here. Guys, check it out. Come here. Come down here with me right now. Guys, seriously. Guys, come here now. Come here with me.
As they explore, the father urges everyone to gather around in a panic. They notice a bloodied trail leading deeper into the woods, with a blood-soaked t-shirt discarded nearby. Before they can process what they're seeing, one of the kids spots something even more disturbing.
Where? Which one? This one here? Where? Go! Go! I just saw him. Go!
The child points frantically, but when the father looks, there's nothing to see. Then suddenly, the figure steps out. Cloaked and menacing, it stares right at them. Panic sets in. They scramble back to the car, hearts pounding, but the terror isn't over. As they speed away from Hummel Park, something horrific appears right in front of them. The cloaked figure emerges again from the trees, drawing closer. With no time to spare, the family locks the windows, hoping to escape. They made it out, but no one has heard from them since that terrifying night, leaving this eerie encounter shrouded in mystery. A woman and her dog were enjoying a peaceful photo shoot in a secluded forest near Amsterdam when the tranquility was shattered by a bone-chilling sound. Suddenly, a horrifying scream echoed through the trees, sending a wave of panic through the woman.
Take the bus.
Eerie cries seemed to come from all directions, making it impossible to pinpoint its source. Desperate to understand what was happening, she yelled out in both English and Dutch, hoping for a response, but the terrifying scream only grew louder.
Are you okay? Alles good?
Some online commentators speculated it could be a mountain lion, but that seemed unlikely. Mountain lions aren't found in the Netherlands. Paralyzed by fear, the woman quickly decided to cut her photo shoot short and move to a safer location, leaving the forest's eerie mystery behind. It was a quiet evening as the YouTuber settled in for a solo camping trip deep in the forest. As night crept in, he curled up in his tent, ready to get some rest. But then, something stirred him awake. Torn between fear and curiosity, he gathered the courage to step outside and investigate. But when he looked around, everything seemed normal, until he spotted something strange. Just as he started to feel calm again, snuggling back into his sleeping bag, a sudden noise shattered the silence. If you listen closely, you could hear the unmistakable sound of footsteps, this time circling his tent.
Hello?
Terrified and confused, unable to figure out what was out there, he made a snap decision. In the middle of the night, with fear and adrenaline coursing through him, he packed up and bolted, abandoning his campsite without a second thought. A hiker sets out on what she expects to be an adventurous new trail, but quickly finds herself regretting the decision. While live streaming her journey, she stumbles upon something that stops her in her tracks.
I'm sorry. I found, it was live streaming and then I found this, that's like I found this bone. And it looks like a hip bone of a human and it looks like it's been cut off. You can leave. And that looks like the bit that you put a leg into. And I'm about to have a fucking heart attack.
A bone by the side of the path. At first glance, it looks disturbingly human, a hip bone that seems like it's been severed. Panic begins to set in as she realizes the gravity of the situation. With her heart racing, she frantically calls the police, unsure of what exactly she's found. They arrive quickly, launching an investigation, but leave her in suspense, not sharing any details of what they discover. As night falls and the shadows grow longer, she's forced to make the eerie trek back to her car alone, unsettled, and in the dark. To this day, no further updates about the bone or what happened in those woods have surfaced, leaving the mystery unsolved and haunting her mind. A group of friends set out for an adventurous hike, just a casual walk to explore the wilderness. It was a quiet day, with only the sound of their footsteps and the wind in the trees, but as they made their way up the hill, they glanced back, and that's when they saw them.
So me and the boys went on like a little walking adventure to this place, and we were the only ones around, and we was walking up the hill and we looked back and we saw these. We don't know who they are, like some sort of like cult or religion. They're walking into a pitch black forest, and you'll see a video in a minute of the sounds they were making. It was so scary, so yeah, we did follow them in the end. It wasn't wise.
A group of strangers walking in unison, dressed in what could only be described as a ritualistic manner. Who were they? A cult? A secret religious group? They couldn't tell, but one thing was certain. These people were heading straight into a pitch black forest. Curiosity got the best of them, and despite the unsettling feeling creeping up their spines, they decided to follow. The deeper they ventured, the more surreal things became.
What strange ritual had they just witnessed?
As they quietly observed from a distance, the group came upon a large gathering, all dressed in eerie white robes, standing motionless in the shadows. The friends were filled with fear but couldn't look away. Suddenly, the air was broken by a chilling sound, like something swinging in the distance. What kind of strange ritual had they just stumbled upon? They had no answers, only an unsettling feeling that would linger long after. TikTok user Adrian Montenegro02 recently posted a video from his family trip to the mountains near Monterrey, Mexico, capturing a seemingly peaceful moment on a swing. However, when they reviewed the footage later, they were stunned to spot something eerie. A pale, human-like figure lurks quietly in the background, moving at the edge of the woods, almost as if it's hiding from the family. The unsettling sight has sparked wild theories. Some believe it could be a skinwalker, while others think it might be a homeless person living deep in the woods. What do you think it is? While exploring the vast sun-baked expanse of the Southern California desert, a man and his family stumbled upon an eerie sight, a mud cave hidden in the heart of the Gila Valley. Intrigued, the man and his nephew decided to venture inside, snapping a few photos along the way. At first, everything seemed perfectly normal as they explored the dark, quiet cave. But when they later reviewed the photos, they were left horrified. In one of the shots, a large, shadowy figure with glowing eyes lurked in the darkness, watching them. Though it appeared humanoid, the nephew was convinced it wasn't a person. There had been no one else in the cave when they arrived. Determined to get to the bottom of the mystery, he returned to the cave, only to find it empty, leaving the strange figure unexplained and chilling. While the family was out enjoying a peaceful day in the forest, they unexpectedly came across the ruins of an abandoned castle. Intrigued, they began recording their exploration, but things took a chilling turn.
Mom, look! Swing around, swing around, swing around! Look, 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 look! What is that? What is it?
As the camera panned around, one of them spotted something eerie, a translucent figure standing perfectly still near an old swing. Before they could get a closer look, the video suddenly cut off, leaving viewers with more questions than answers. Based on the surrounding landmarks, many believe the footage was captured near the mysterious Barry Pomeroy Castle in Devon, England, a place long rumored to be haunted. Some claim the ghostly figure looks like a monk, while others insist it resembles the spirit of a witch. If the video is authentic, it might just be one of the most compelling pieces of ghost footage ever caught on camera. Chad Busamra and his family were having a relaxing day out on Lake Michigan when something strange and utterly breathtaking caught their attention. A massive tube-like cloud stretched across the sky, twisting and rolling like a giant serpent in slow motion. Scientists call it a morning glory cloud, a rare and mysterious phenomenon they still don't fully understand. Witnesses often describe feeling humbled, even a little unsettled, standing beneath its vast, surreal presence. Intrigued but uneasy, Chad and his family made the cautious decision to pack up and head back to their car, just in case the skies had more surprises in store. A man was out camping in the woods when he stumbled across something strange, something that made him stop in his tracks.
Went into this tree with this stupid grin on his face. It's just like the most perfect tree face I've ever seen. And then I look over here, another tree with a stupid grin on its face. He's like a little less happy, you know.
All around him, several trees appeared to have faces, clear, human-like expressions etched into the bark. But here's the weird part. It didn't look like anyone carved them. These features seemed naturally formed. So the question is, was this just a bizarre fluke of nature? Or is something strange hiding in these woods? Reddit user YourFriend16 just posted a 15-second clip. It starts off calm with the gentle sounds of nature on a peaceful hike. But out of nowhere, a blood-curdling scream shatters the silence. Maybe it was an animal, but there's something eerily human about it that'll send chills down your spine. This man noticed something bizarre through his camper window, what looked like a bush on fire. But here's where it gets strange. Every time he moved the camera away, the flames vanished. And when he pointed it back, the flames reappeared exactly in the same spot. He repeated the process several times, just to make sure he wasn't imagining things. So what's going on here? If you've got a theory, drop it in the comments. We're all ears. The boy was out walking with his younger siblings when he accidentally captured something chilling on camera. At first glance, it's just a normal scene, but then you notice them. These two figures are seriously unsettling, and as the daylight fades, the whole vibe gets even creepier. One of the figures appears to be watching the children before suddenly vanishing into the shadows. Some believe it might be a ghost after all. The woods are rumored to be haunted. And if you look closely, the figure looks almost see-through. A Reddit user stumbled upon something bizarre deep inside a cave in Estonia, an altar eerily surrounded by everyday household items and colorful flags. Some were quick to call it a site for dark rituals, while others speculated it was a peaceful meditation space. The flags looked a lot like Buddhist prayer flags, but here's the twist. This cave is in Europe, miles away from the regions in Southeast Asia where Buddhism is widely practiced. So what exactly was going on in there? As the hunter crept through the darkness, his camera lens caught something chilling, something he never meant to see. Just behind a trash bag, a figure emerged, humanoid in shape, but with glowing eyes and two twisted antlers jutting from its head. Frozen with fear, the hunter bolted into the night, his mind racing, still unable to comprehend the nightmare he had just stumbled upon. A family was out enjoying a peaceful day in the woods when their fun took a chilling turn. While the kids played near a tree that seemed to almost glow at the top, the camera picked up something off.
What is that?
Then it appeared pale, still, and humanoid, silently watching from behind the trees, not far from where the children laughed. A strange, eerie noise echoed through the forest, and in an instant, the mood shifted. Eyes wide with fear, the family grabbed the kids and ran, terrified the figure might give chase. Thankfully, it didn't.
Haunted Street. On November 13th, 2023, at exactly 3:25 a.m., a camper sat in bed, engrossed in a game of bingo on their laptop. The quiet of the night was shattered by a faint, eerie sound drifting from outside a horse's distant neigh. The haunting cry echoed across the campsite, once a bustling horse farm, but now eerily abandoned. Gripped by curiosity, they grabbed their phone to record. As they pointed it toward the darkness, a chilling sight emerged, a ghostly white figure materializing out of the shadows. This wasn't the campers' first unsettling experience at the infamous farmhouse, a site steeped in tales of paranormal activity, but it was the first time they captured something this spine-tingling on camera. Ghost. Imagine you were just driving to where you want to camp and you saw a ghost. Would you turn back? This man was driving down an old abandoned road on his way to his camping site when suddenly he spotted something terrifying. A figure in a white dress was crossing the road ahead. As the man steps out of his car to investigate, he's greeted by nothing but an oppressive shroud of darkness. Was it a person he saw, or something far more sinister? And if it was a person, what could compel someone to wander alone so late at night in the heart of a desolate forest? Camping gone wrong. A camper decided to document her outdoor adventure for a YouTube video.
She had a helmet on most of the show because...
Capturing every moment of her trip. But as she reviewed the footage during editing, she noticed something chilling, a faint movement outside her window. At the time, she brushed off the uneasy feeling, but now, watching it back, everything clicks. That shadowy movement remains a mystery. Was it a person lurking nearby, an animal passing through, or something far more supernatural? Utah Bigfoot. During the summer of 2011, a group of friends set out for a camping trip in the remote mountains of Utah, eager for days of fishing and target shooting. But their adventure took a chilling turn. As they explored deeper into the forest, they spotted movement among the trees. What they saw left them frozen in place, a large, mysterious creature, covered in brown hair, lurking just beyond their reach. Before they could get a closer look, it vanished into the dense wilderness, leaving behind only questions. To this day, they've never seen it again. Spirits A. Camper in the UK was driving down a quiet road just after 5 a.m. when they saw something unusual. A lone figure stood frozen in the middle of the road, completely unfazed by the glaring headlights piercing through the darkness. Whispers abound that these eerie apparitions could be the spirits of those who lost their lives in tragic accidents along this stretch, forever trapped in a single haunting moment in time. Blimp. On October 10th, 2023, a traffic stop turned into a terrifying event for a police officer.
Any drugs or alcohol in the vehicle?
No, of course not.
All right. Sit tight, sir. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Your registration is What the?
Sarah?
What the heck? Sarah? 3201.
Any drugs or alcohol in the vehicle? No. Of course not. All right, sit tight, sir. I'll be right back. In the blink of an eye, a girl named Sarah vanished without a trace. The dash cam footage revealed no open doors, no signs of anyone nearby, nothing to suggest how she disappeared. From that moment forward, Sarah was simply gone. The police hit a dead end, unable to uncover her identity. To this day, the mystery of who Sarah truly was remains unsolved. Room 209. A hotel security manager in Illinois was shocked when he submitted eerie paranormal footage to the local police.
And there's reports of screaming coming from that room. Amy, he's on his way down there right now. What's going on, John?
After receiving multiple complaints of blood-curdling screams coming from room 209, he decided to investigate. The strange part? No one was checked into that room. Concerned, the manager radioed his team. "John, do you copy? The screams are coming from 209, but it's supposed to be empty. Can you confirm?" Amy, another team member, responded, "That room is vacant." No one's checked in, but I'm hearing the screams too. John, now alarmed, decided to check it out, despite warnings to wait for the police. Moments later, his voice came back over the radio, trembling. "Amy, call the cops now."
Amy, John's gonna enter the room real quick just to check, make sure, see what's going on. Point one.
There's no one in here, but the room, it's completely trashed. The furniture is flipped, the carpet's ripped up, and the shower is running. There's no explanation for this. As John stepped inside, something truly chilling happened. A white shadow darted out of the room, captured clearly on video. Some witnesses insist it was a single spirit, while others claim they saw multiple entities leaving. Over the years, Room 209 has been the source of countless reports of strange noises and unexplainable activity. But this recording remains the most compelling evidence of paranormal activity. What haunts Room 209? The mystery lingers. Night shift. This security guard was working the night shift when something downright bizarre happened. "I swear I saw it. I saw that Y, clear as day. And then it just vanished over there," the guard recounted, still visibly shaken. "I tried to stay calm, but man, I checked the cameras and I'm like, y'all see that ECs too, right? I'm not crazy. You saw it."
I saw that shit. And I'm like, and then it disappeared over there by the desk. And I'm like, okay. So I looked at the camera, I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna calm down. So I wanted to tell the camera, y'all see that shit? Y'all saw that shit, right? I'm telling CHA, did y'all see that?
In the footage, a translucent figure emerges, seemingly floating above him before gliding toward the door. Was this an actual ghost? To this day, the guard can't explain what he saw that night, but the experience has left him questioning reality. Two officers were investigating in the dark after receiving reports from a passerby about a strange creature near the road. That's when they encountered something terrifying. Instinctively, they stumbled backward, gripped by an overwhelming wave of fear. When they finally mustered the courage to return and investigate the area, they were met with nothing. No trace, no explanation, just an eerie emptiness. You are not alone. On the chilling night of November 22, 2022, police officers were dispatched to a notorious house with a reputation for paranormal activity. After confirming the house was empty, they instructed the anxious homeowner to remain outside while they conducted a thorough search. But as the officers stepped inside, the eerie atmosphere thickened. Strange, inexplicable events began unfolding. Doors slammed shut without warning, prompting one officer to suggest it might be the wind. Yet the unsettling noises that followed defied any rational explanation.
Police! Anyone inside, make yourself known.
As they climbed the stairs, one officer felt an unsettling presence, even though he was alone upstairs.
Downstairs, clear.
"Police, is anyone inside? Make yourself known," one officer called out as they cautiously ascended the creaking staircase. That's when it hit, a disturbing sensation, as if someone or something was right there with him, even though he was visibly alone. "Downstairs is clear," echoed from below, but the officer upstairs couldn't shake the gnawing unease. His breathing quickened, and his growing fear was evident. After an exhaustive search revealed nothing out of the ordinary, the officers finally left the house. Yet, as they walked away, a chilling feeling lingered, like unseen eyes were still watching their every move. Birthday went wrong. A young woman and her best friend were camping in the forest to celebrate a birthday. As they enjoyed the festivities, she accidentally captured this. Out of nowhere, a face emerged behind her best friend. Her raw, unfiltered reaction makes it nearly impossible to believe this was planned. But the real question is, what did they capture? Ella was swimming in a river in the Philippines when she accidentally filmed something strange. While underwater, a pair of legs mysteriously appeared behind her, but when the camera dipped back beneath the surface just moments later, they were gone. Ella jura que estaba sola en el agua y no tiene explicación para la visión espeluznante. Some viewers believe she should dig into the area's history, suggesting the legs might belong to a ghostly presence from someone who drowned there. Could there be a supernatural story hiding beneath the surface? Swing. A man was driving through a wooded area at 3:30 a.m. when he spotted this. A pale figure sat on a swing, its ghostly silhouette swaying gently in the stillness of the night. Who could possibly be out here, swinging at such an eerie hour? Could it have been a ghost? Bones, someone was walking through the forest when they discovered something peculiar. At first glance, they thought it was a deer skeleton, but as they looked closer, they realized it was something entirely different. A human-like figure lay curled in a fetal position, but something about it was deeply unsettling. Its neck stretched unnaturally long, its head twisted into a bizarre, alien shape, and its limbs defied anything we've ever seen in nature. This couldn't possibly belong to any creature we know, could it? Site 422. On July 8th, 2023, chilling body cam footage surfaced, showing an officer encountering what appeared to be paranormal activity during a routine noise complaint investigation at an infamous abandoned property. Site 422? I'm at Site 422, the officers heard saying. This place definitely gives off some creepy vibes. What started as a standard check quickly spiraled into a spine-chilling ordeal. The footage revealed strange movements within the house, and at one point, a distinct shadow appeared in the window, sending shivers down the spine of anyone watching. To make matters worse, the officer reported hearing eerie, unexplainable sounds echoing from the distance. I keep seeing shadows walking by. What the officer murmured in disbelief, his voice trembling. Whether the officer fled the scene or pressed on with the investigation remains a mystery, but the unsettling footage raises more questions than answers. Ritual Officer Ben Malik was on patrol when something caught his eye, a shadowy figure lingering on the side of the road. As he drew closer, he realized the woman appeared to be starting a fire, compelling him to pull over and investigate. But what he saw next was beyond unsettling. Her face seemed to be burning, almost as if she were in the middle of a bizarre ritual. Despite the eerie scene, Officer Malik arrested the woman. To this day, what truly unfolded that night remains shrouded in mystery. Haunted playground. While camping, Misty Rain stumbled upon a spine-chilling scene at the deserted playground. The swings, eerily abandoned, moved back and forth on their own. There was no wind, no people, just the relentless creak of the chains cutting through the silence. Even after standing there for a while, Misty noticed the swings didn't lose momentum, as if some unseen force was pushing them. Was it a ghostly presence? A strange weather anomaly? Whatever it was, the unsettling sight was enough to send shivers down anyone's spine. Ghost Girl. While exploring an abandoned churchyard in Estall, UK, a hiker had an encounter that sent chills down his spine. Out of the corner of his eye, he kept catching glimpses of what appeared to be a ghostly little girl. Gripped by both curiosity and fear, he pulled out his camera to see if his mind was playing tricks on him. As he turned the camera toward her, the eerie figure seemed to vanish into thin air. When he panned back, she was gone completely. The hiker never saw her again, leaving him to wonder if he'd just witnessed something supernatural. Scream, a Michigan man set out to film a relaxing ASMR video during a serene walk through the woods. But what started as a tranquil stroll quickly turned into a spine-chilling ordeal when he stumbled upon an abandoned part of the forest and was met with a blood-curdling scream echoing through the trees. The scream could send a chill down your spine. What could be that sound? The hiker thought he could have been a Bigfoot, or was it something far more sinister? Ghost. A group of friends ventured into an abandoned house hidden deep within the Eerie woods of Japan. The video starts with shaky footage of crumbling, decayed rooms. But then, without them noticing, they unknowingly capture something chilling on camera. Suddenly, a pale, ghostly hand emerges from the shadows, gripping the edge of the wall, only to vanish as quickly as it appeared. Undeterred, the explorers push further into the house, oblivious to the sinister presence lurking in the darkness. As the camera pans past a doorway, it briefly catches the haunting glimpse of a face. No one knew how the night ended for the explorers. It forever remained a mystery. Each of these encounters is a stark reminder of the risks and mysteries that come with exploring the wild. Always be prepared, stay alert, and respect nature. Have you ever had a hiking experience that sent chills down your spine? Share your story in the comments below.
Lewis Clark and his friends thought exploring an old, abandoned train hidden deep within the forest would be fun. Most of the train cars were empty, silent, and eerie, but nothing too unusual. That is, until they reached the caboose. Inside, the air felt heavier. The sheets covering the benches were stained with dark red spots. Something large, something unnaturally heavy, was hidden beneath one of them. "What the hell is that?" one of them whispered. Then chaos. "Dude, just go. Go! Get the fuzz out of here! Run!" Panic took over. No one dared to lift the sheet. They bolted, even leaping over another blood-stained cover on their way out, hearts pounding. To this day, no one knows what was under those sheets. Some say it was a body. Others think it was something even worse. But one thing's certain, Lewis and his friends never went back, and they never will. YouTuber Freddie Z set out on what was supposed to be a fun and spooky camping trip, but what he caught on camera that night left him and his friend terrified. With flashlights in hand and cameras rolling, the two ventured deep into the forest, hoping to film some of the eerie insects and creatures that crawl out after dark. "Okay, lift that rock. There could be something under here." "Oh, doesn't look like it." The wind began to pick up. The woods grew eerily quiet. "Not having much luck tonight," Freddie said. "Might be time to call it." After hours of searching, all they had to show for it was a frog and a small snake. Disappointed but ready to head back, they began wrapping up their chute until they heard it. Emerging from the shadows was a massive wolf-like creature. Its glowing eyes locked onto them. Panic took over, and they bolted out of the forest without looking back. What exactly did Freddy Z catch on camera? A wild animal, a cryptid, or something far worse? While exploring the long-abandoned McCoy mine in the remote Nevada desert, Connor Kelly and his family expected to find rusted tools and crumbling walls, not something straight out of a nightmare. The mine, vast and eerily silent, held relics from a bygone era. To avoid disturbing the unstable structure, they moved cautiously, barely speaking a word. But then they saw it.
It's you. Look, it's not like a fossil. We're human.
Okay, wait, don't move, wait. So that's bone?
They were likely the remains of animals that had fallen victim to predators like mountain lions. But the shoes? That was a different story entirely. Dozens of them in all shapes and sizes. Some were worn and decayed, clearly decades old. Others looked almost brand new, as if they'd been left behind only recently. It didn't look like a random dump. It looked like a collection. One chilling theory emerged. The shoes could be trophies kept by a serial killer, a practice not unheard of in the darkest corners of criminal psychology. As they ventured deeper into the mine, they reached a dead end, only to find more bones littered across the dusty floor. To this day, no one knows why the shoes were there, or who or what put them there. While camping deep in the woods, a family snapped what they thought was a sweet photo of their 3 children playing in a tree. At first glance, everything looked perfectly normal, just a joyful moment frozen in time. But when they looked closer later that evening, their hearts sank. Standing just behind their youngest son was a 4th child, the Eerie part. The family swears no one else was around. They were miles from anyone, in a secluded part of the forest. So who or what was in that photo? Could it have been a ghost? Reddit user Days had recently shared a chilling video from a camping trip at the Spantik base camp in Pakistan, and it's nothing short of jaw-dropping. The clip captures a massive rock tumbling down the rugged mountain, narrowly missing one of the campers. It's a heart-stopping reminder of just how awe-inspiring and terrifying nature can be. Reddit user Arachnel recently shared a chilling photo that's been sending shivers down many spines. Snapped in New Jersey during the late 1990s, the picture shows a group of girls smiling for the camera at what appears to be an ordinary camp gathering. But take a closer look at the background and things get seriously creepy. Lurking among the trees is a dark, shadowy figure, one that no one remembers being there. What makes it even more disturbing? The area behind them was nothing but forest, and local legends have long whispered that the camp was haunted. Arnell's photo might just be the proof. YouTuber Mortis the Wizard decided to venture deep into the woods after receiving a spine-chilling tip from an ex-satanic cult member and a local farmer. They warned him about a terrifying place known as the Circle of Lucifer, a site whispered to have been the setting for countless dark rituals and human sacrifices. As Mortis stepped into the Eerie clearing, he immediately felt something was off. The energy was heavy. Then he spotted it half buried in the dirt, a twisted spine. Nearby, what looked like a human arm, complete with a hand frozen in a claw-like curl, as if reaching for help. While a part of him tried to reason that they could be animal bones, the overwhelming feeling of dread said otherwise. The forest floor was littered with bones, far too many to ignore. According to the tip, these rituals didn't just happen once in a while. They were monthly, maybe even more frequently. The deeper he explored, the clearer it became. This wasn't just a legend. The Circle of Lucifer was every bit as disturbing as the rumors claimed, and Mortis might have just walked straight into something he wasn't meant to see. On November 18th, 2023, after 2 weeks of silent surveillance, a trail camera captured something bizarre. Lurking in the shadows was a creature unlike anything ever documented. This chilling sighting occurred just days after authorities discovered human remains, now believed to be connected to this terrifying entity. What makes it even more disturbing? The footage shows the creature effortlessly moving massive objects like a fallen tree with unnatural strength. As of April 11, 2024, no one has seen the creature, but the search continues. The remains have since been identified as Donald Big Claff. The question remains, did this creature have something to do with his death? Reddit user Ocean Girl was on a peaceful camping trip when she spotted a deer nearby and snapped a few photos. At first, nothing seemed unusual, just a serene moment in nature. But later, as she reviewed the pictures, one image sent chills down her spine. Standing beside the deer was a faint, ghostly figure, gently petting it. Strangely, the deer appeared completely calm, as if unaware or unbothered by the spectral presence right next to it. When Ocean Girl adjusted the photo's exposure and shared it online, the eerie figure became even clearer and a whole lot creepier. While hiking through the quiet wilderness, two campers stumbled upon something truly terrifying. "Dude, what the hell is that? I hear something in the bushes. Get the camera, quick!" Panic crept into their voices as the sound of rustling leaves grew louder. Then, from behind the tall grass, it appeared. A massive, dark, furry figure towering at least 7 to 8 feet tall emerged in the distance. "Are you getting this?" one of them whispered urgently, his voice shaking. "Oh my God, where'd it go?" "It's behind the bushes, look!" They could barely believe their eyes. Whatever it wasn't just big, it was unnatural. It moved like a man, but had the size and build of a bear. And while some might jump to the idea of a gorilla, it walked upright on 2 legs, not using its arms for balance like apes do. Whatever this thing was, it wasn't supposed to be out here. Sihaner 1994 recently shared a photo from a camping trip with his uncle, a seemingly ordinary shot from their adventure. But when they looked closer later that night, something chilling stood out. In the bottom corner of the image, just 5 miles from an old cemetery, was the unmistakable face of a child. The creepiest part? They were completely alone when the photo was taken. While camping deep in the forest, this family stumbled upon what looked like an ordinary patch of ground, just a few leaves and branches scattered across a muddy spot. But hidden beneath that camouflaged surface was a silent trap. If the young boy had taken one more step, he could have fallen right into it, swallowed by the mud and out of reach in seconds. What's terrifying is that these woods can hide all kinds of dangers. Deep holes, jagged debris, or worse, without a single warning sign in sight. One wrong step out here doesn't just lead to injury, it could mean vanishing without a trace. In this wild clip, a group of campers stumbles upon a massive anaconda slithering across the road. Curiosity got the best of one of them. He reached out to touch it. Bad idea. The giant snake snapped at him, sparking a mix of panic and laughter from the group. Luckily for them, the anaconda's strike was just slow enough for everyone to back off and escape unharmed. At first glance, this trail cam photo seems to show a person casually walking through the woods late at night. But look a little closer, and it becomes deeply unsettling. The figure appears to be wearing some kind of uniform, yet there's something disturbingly off. It has no visible face, and its body looks almost translucent, like it's fading in and out of reality. The eerie details point to something far beyond the ordinary. This feels less like a late-night hiker and more like a paranormal encounter caught on camera. 2 young boys ventured into the woods in search of adventure, but what they found was something far beyond anything they imagined. Deep among the trees, they spotted a naked man moving bizarrely around a fire. His motions were eerie, almost ritualistic, especially when he raised what looked like an animal skull high above his head. Then, suddenly, the man locked eyes with them. Frozen in fear, the boys bolted, their hearts pounding as they fled from the chilling scene they had just witnessed. TikToker Justin Fender usually keeps things light, sharing glimpses of his life, his family, his bike, and his car mods. But one particular post took a chilling turn. In the video, Justin was showing off how to install reverse lights on his car. When someone asked about how bright they were, he decided to test them out deep in the woods at night. "This is amazing, look how freaking bright that is," he said, excited. But what he captured next was anything but amazing. As the lights beamed into the trees, an eerie skeletal arm could be seen wrapped around a trunk, slowly moving before vanishing out of sight. Justin didn't notice it at first. It was only after posting the video that the horrifying detail was spotted. Shaken, he returned to the woods the next day, only to be overwhelmed by a strange, unsettling feeling he couldn't explain. While hiking deep in the woods, a man stumbled across something strange, a box, half buried beneath a blanket of dirt and leaves. Curiosity got the better of him, and he pried it open, only to be hit with a wave of confusion and unease. Inside was a doll, but not just any doll. This one was peculiar. Its face was worn, its features haunting, almost human in a way that made his skin crawl. Despite the rising tension in his chest, he kept his cool and studied it closer. Many who've seen it since claim it looks like a voodoo doll discarded, maybe even cursed. Whatever it was, it hadn't ended up there by accident. A Reddit user recently shared a chilling experience from a trip to Taney that still gives him goosebumps. While his group took a break in a quiet pine forest on Mount TDI, he wandered off alone to soak in the atmosphere and record a video of the peaceful surroundings. But the serenity didn't last. Out of nowhere, he felt a whisper, clear as day, right in his ear, despite being completely alone. Later, when he played back the footage, he was stunned to hear a faint woman's voice captured on the recording. The eerie moment left him shaken, questioning whether there was a logical explanation or if he had just encountered something not of this world. Reddit user Remarkable, JakielK83661, shared a chilling photo taken at a private cemetery in Kabuya Laguna, Philippines. Captured around 8:12 p.m., the image shows a crew digging a grave. But what grabs your attention is the eerie, skull-like figure lurking beside a man in a gray shirt. Whether it's something paranormal or just a case of pareidolia, one thing's for sure, it's seriously creepy. While out on a walk, Gaiden420 and his dog suddenly stopped in their tracks. The dog perked up, its first ears twitching, body tense as if it sensed danger before anything could be heard. Moments later, a chilling scream echoed through the area, confirming that something was definitely off. Spooked, the man and his dog didn't wait around to find out more. They turned and quickly left. Some say it could have been a fox, but others believe it might have been someone in serious distress. A creeping sense of unease settled over him as he wandered through the dense, fog-choked forest. Instinctively, he pulled out his phone and hit record. Almost immediately, he caught sight of a tall, dark figure drifting through the mist, silent, still, watching. With each step deeper into the trees, more shadowy shapes appeared, their outlines hazy and shifting. Was it one being stalking him, or many? The chilling sensation of unseen eyes tracking his every move sent his heart into overdrive. Not waiting to find out what lurked beyond the fog, he turned back, determined to escape the forest before it was too late. On October 3rd, 2019, a group of hunters were deep in the forests of Ontario when an unexpected sound stopped them in their tracks. Out of the silence came a bone-chilling scream, deep, guttural, and filled with what sounded like raw agony. Oh my God. The hunters froze, eyes darting through the trees, straining to see what creature could make such a noise. But whatever it was, stayed hidden. The haunting wail echoed through the forest for minutes, unrelenting, eerie, and unlike anything they'd ever heard. Some claim it had to be an animal, but no one could agree on what kind. To this day, no one knows what was out there or what cried out in the dark that night. This guy made a bold and maybe reckless decision. He snuck into the infamous Bohemian Grove alone, a place cloaked in secrecy, conspiracy, and decades of mystery. As he wandered deeper into the forest, he stumbled across something unreal. Yo, this is the statue. What the no way? This is insane, but that was just the beginning.
Bohemian Grove. I made it.
Hidden behind a massive tree, he discovered a narrow passage carved straight into the trunk. It led him to a dimly lit chamber that felt off, like he wasn't supposed to be there.
They need to fill this pond up. They do.
For years, the Bohemian Grove has been the center of dark rumors, secret meetings, elite rituals, and things the public was never meant to see. The question is, would you dare to step foot in there? Allie returned to the exact spot where they had buried the possessed doll, Mary. But something felt wrong. The air was thick and the atmosphere was heavy. There she was, Mary, half covered in overgrowth, like the earth itself had tried to smother her, but it hadn't worked.
Oh, there. Holy there's no way. Bro. There's like overgrowth on her and everything. She's right there. Mary's right there.
She was still there watching, waiting. Then came the whisper, "Patty, what does that mean? Who's Patty?" Allie's voice trembled. "I swear if she says one more thing, I'm out of here."
Patty. What does that mean? What does Patty mean?
The soil around the doll looked disturbed, like something had clawed its way up from below. In the background of the footage, a faint, eerie sound crept in, the laughter and cries of a child. But Allie didn't seem to notice. Still, something inside him knew. The doll wasn't done, and this time, he needed to end it for good. Late Halloween night in Lockport, New York, a group of friends found themselves wandering near the entrance of a dark, quiet cave. The place felt empty and eerily still. One of them casually snapped a photo by the entrance, thinking nothing of it. But the next day, everything changed. As they scrolled through their pictures, one image stopped them cold. Standing right at the entrance, exactly where they had just been, was a shadowy figure. No one had seen anything. They had walked past that very spot seconds later, laughing, talking, completely unaware. Now, staring at the photo, a terrifying question haunted them. What else was out there that night? Mitty, a seasoned wild camper, was out in the Peak District with his brother, just enjoying a peaceful night in their tent. Everything felt normal, calm, and quiet, nothing out of the ordinary. But later, while going through the footage they'd captured, something made Mitty freeze. "I don't know what to say, Phil," he said, half laughing, half shaken. In the original clip,
"I don't know what to say, Phil." The original plan to this video was to do
the unmistakable sound of a little girl giggling was close, too close. The night might have felt normal at the moment, but that eerie laugh sent a wave of chills through him. To this day, he still has no idea how to explain it. Late one night, deep in the dense woods of Mexico, a hiker had a bone-chilling encounter. As he moved through the shadows, he caught sight of something high up in the trees, a figure that looked eerily human, yet unmistakably wrong. What exactly did he witness that night? Was it a glimpse of something not of this world hiding in the treetops, or just an elaborate trick meant to terrify? While camping during a hike in the UK, One traveler reached the top of a hill and spotted something that gave them chills. On the other side, a group of adults dressed entirely in white stood in a perfect circle with two normally dressed children in the middle. Confused and uneasy, the hiker captured the scene on TikTok, wondering if they'd stumbled onto some kind of cult ritual. The video quickly went viral, and commenters were quick to chime in. The mysterious group was identified as modern-day druids, followers of ancient Celtic spiritual traditions. Many assured the hiker that the group was peaceful and posed no threat. Still, even with an explanation, viewers couldn't shake the eerie vibe of the scene. Whether harmless or not, there was something undeniably unsettling about it. This solo camping trip was supposed to be a survival challenge, but it quickly turned into something far more chilling. After kayaking deep into the wilderness, he set up camp beneath a makeshift shelter, bracing himself for a freezing night ahead. But the real test came the next morning. As he hiked back toward his kayak, something stopped him in his tracks. "Hello?" he called out. No answer. But someone or something was out there, watching him. Panicked, he reached for his flashlight only to realize it was gone. And then, just as suddenly, the light he had seen flickered off. Silence gave way to the sound of snapping branches closing in. The only way back to his kayak was through the very spot where the light had been. Not willing to take the risk, he veered off and took a much longer route. When he finally reached the shore, the presence was gone. But the unsettling feeling of being watched, that stayed with him.
Last night, just a little bit, maybe an inch or so. I got about 2 more hours of hiking until I'm back to my truck, so I'm gonna get going. Thank you guys for watching the video. Hello? Hello?
While out walking his dog, something deeply unsettling happened. At first, he thought he was imagining it, maybe even losing it. But every time he stepped over a certain patch of ground, he could feel a pounding beneath his feet.
Schizophrenic or something? But I feel pounding under my feet. And listen. What the fuck? It's coming from like under the ground. I can feel the vibrations in my feet. It's like dum dum dum. Like what is that sound? It's coming from under the grass. Making me feel like I'm going insane or something.
Curious and a little creeped out, he started digging. People online urged him on. Determined to get to the bottom of it, he grabbed a shovel and started digging. But here's where it gets really weird. Every night, he would hear the knocking again. But as soon as he pulled out his phone to record, silence. Total silence. Until he tapped the shovel against the ground and the knocking came back. Like something or someone was responding. Yo, listen to this, he whispered, holding his breath. He tapped again. The knocking answered. Did y'all hear that? It felt like something or someone was trying to communicate. Was it just some strange underground echo? Or was there someone trapped down there desperately trying to be found? He never found anything, but maybe, just maybe, he didn't dig deep enough. While exploring a foggy woodland trail in Belfast, Ireland, YouTuber Dave Explorers and his crew found themselves in an eerie setting. The mist was so thick it swallowed everything beyond a few feet, and their only source of light came from a flashlight and the camera. That is seriously creepy, one of them whispered. You can't see a thing. Can any of you see this? Suddenly someone gasped. It just vanished. Did anyone else see that? As they continued down the path, a sudden burst of light lit up the fog, and one of the men froze. Wait, did something just walk in front of the camera? Then it happened.
Stop. Oh, that is creepy looking.
Isn't it?
Yeah. You can't see
Can
it.
any of you guys see this? And it just seems a big... Oh, and it just seems to have disappeared, guys. Did any of you just see that?
You can't see nothing with the naked eye.
No, you can't. Whoa, did any of you just see something walk in front of the camera there, guy?
A pale, ghostly figure drifted right across the trail. The group jumped back in shock. But when they reviewed the footage in slow motion, the figure became even clearer. White, misty, and unmistakably human-shaped. Skeptics were quick to call it a trick of the light, just mist catching the beam. But others weren't so sure. Many viewers believe it was something supernatural. Some even claim it looked like a child darting through the fog. So, what do you think? Mist and light, or something that doesn't want to be seen? After donating blood earlier that day, Angel decided to skip the rest and recovery advice. Instead, he grabbed his phone, hit Go Live, and set off on a night hike. His mission simple: reach the top of a nearby hill and take in the view. But he never made it. As he walked along the dim, moonlit trail, a strange, creeping feeling began to settle in. The deeper into the woods he went, the more he felt like he wasn't alone. Then suddenly, he stopped dead in his tracks.
Bro, I had your shit. Oh my god, what is that, what is that? Dude, I think I just saw something with a tail. Dude, that's a fox. Or a... It can't be a wolf. Dude, I'm supposed to go over there. Wait, what do I do? I literally just saw something big as fuck with a tail. It's either a dog or a... Oh my god. I don't know what to do. Dude, I'm kind of scared. Oh, bro, that thing was huge. It can't be a wolf. Let me ask my Apple Watch. Is there wolves in Berkeley?
The area welcomes a wide variety of birds: black-tailed deer, coyote,
No, I said,
ground squirrel,
coyote.
striped skunk,
That's
western
probably,
terrestrial garter snake,
that's
gray
probably what it
fox,
was.
bobcat, and red-tailed hawk.
Coyotes are scared of humans, right? Mountain lions!
This is from Wikipedia.
Fuck, that's what it could have been. Because that thing was huge.
Then the fear set in. I know it sounds dumb, he told his viewers breathlessly, but ever since I was a kid, my biggest fear has been being chased. Like those nightmares where you're trying to unlock a door and your hands don't work. That's what this feels like. Adrenaline surging, darkness pressing in, and mountain lions possibly lurking nearby. Angel ran for his life, ignoring all advice to avoid strenuous activity post-blood donation. Luckily, he made it out, unharmed. But that hike? It ended way before the summit. Two brothers embark on a thrilling ski adventure through the icy mountains, capturing every twist and turn as they carve through the snow. But the excitement takes a dark turn when one of them veers off course and crashes into a massive snowbank, disappearing from sight. In the unforgiving silence of the mountains, being seen or heard is almost impossible. Survival seemed like a long shot. But neither brother gave in to fear. With heart-pounding determination, one pushed forward through the frozen wilderness, and just in time he found and rescued his brother from what could have been a deadly fate. While hiking deep in the forest, this man came across a chilling discovery. Bones lying on the ground, with a shoe still attached, making it look eerily like human remains. What's even more unsettling? The person who uploaded the photo never mentioned calling the authorities, and there have been no updates since. The remote location and creepy atmosphere only add to the mystery. But here's the twist. After taking a closer look, something feels off. Could these really be human bones? Or did someone place animal bones in a shoe as a twisted prank to spook other hikers? Late one night, a group of friends was hanging out, enjoying the calm of the evening, when something unsettling caught their eye. "Wait, what is that?" one of them whispered. From the shadows, a strange face emerged, pale, hairless, and not human.
What is that? Guys, what is... Oh, shit. What?
Then, just as the tension reaches its peak, the footage cuts out. No warning, no explanation. What happened next remains a chilling mystery. While checking his game cameras deep in the remote woods of Washington State, a man stumbled upon something chilling. In the early morning hours, one of the photos showed a little girl standing completely alone in the thick forest. It didn't sit right. Was it just a trick of the light? To be sure, he snapped another photo with his phone. It's the same eerie figure. The woods were dense, isolated. There was no reason for a child to be out there, especially not by herself. The more he looked at the photo, the more unsettling it became. He searched the area but found nothing, not a single sign of her. With a knot forming in his stomach, he made a call to the cops. But the haunting question still lingers. Did he capture a little girl? And if so, where did she go? Back in 2016, while hiking along Blackpool Beach, a woman stopped to snap a quick photo of her two sons. At first, it looked like a perfectly normal family picture, until they took a closer look. Between the boys' legs, a chilling figure appeared to be lurking in the background. Alarmed, they scanned the area around them, but no one was there. To this day, the eerie presence captured in the photo remains a mystery. A hunter from Virginia was going through footage from his trail camera when he stumbled upon something truly bizarre. The eerie image sparked wild speculation. Some say it shows a ghostly child, and others believe it might be an unidentified creature lurking in the woods. Skeptics chalk it up to a trick of moonlight, but many aren't convinced. Is this chilling footage genuine evidence of the paranormal, or just a creepy optical illusion? In 2000, near the Utah border, Keith Bradenshaw captured something that still gives people chills. While exploring the edge of the forest, he spotted a massive figure lurking among the trees. Instinctively, he raised his camera and snapped a quick photo just before the mysterious creature vanished into the woods. Skeptics brushed it off as a hiker in dark clothing, but Bradenshaw stood firm. To him, this wasn't just a person. He was certain he had photographed Bigfoot. This man was out stargazing, capturing the beauty of the night sky, but when he looked back at one of the photos, something chilling caught his eye. A dark figure was standing right next to him, partially hidden behind the solar panels. But here's the creepy part. If it was just a shadow, why did it show up against the night sky? And if it was his own shadow, shouldn't it have been cast on the solar panels, not lurking behind them? Something doesn't add up.
A YouTuber was out hiking, casually testing his drone, when he stumbled upon something chilling in a nearby cornfield. At first, it seemed like just an ordinary scarecrow swaying in the wind. But as the drone zoomed in, the truth was far creepier. It wasn't a scarecrow at all. It was a clown. The unsettling figure quickly spotted the drone and bolted into the forest, disappearing where the camera couldn't follow. Was this just a bizarre prank? Or could it be tied to the eerie wave of clown sightings that gripped the world in fear that same year? While exploring a haunted waterfall, a man unknowingly captured something eerie on camera. As he pans across the cascading waters, a dark figure briefly appears only to vanish a moment later. When the camera shifts downward for a second glance, the shadowy shape is still there, but on the third pass, it's completely gone. Was this just an ordinary person lurking in the mist, or did he accidentally film something paranormal? The mystery remains. In early April 2024, TikTok user Scaredbugs set out on a bold adventure, exploring a notorious cave on a scorching hot day. The cave had a chilling reputation. Locals claimed eerie noises often echoed from its depths. Intrigued and eager to uncover the mystery, he ventured inside. As he stepped further in, an unsettling whistling sound filled the air, sending shivers down his spine.
Piccolate proprio. È strettissima. È molto bassa, molto piccola. E ci sono queste nicchie.
But despite the eerie atmosphere, he eventually emerged from the cave unnerved, yet completely unharmed. While heading back from a hike in the forest, a group of friends encountered something absolutely unreal.
Dude, fuck.
Go up! Go! Ah! Go! Go! Ah! Go! Go!
Panic set in as they spotted a massive bear sitting inside their car. Somehow the curious animal had made its way inside, turning their vehicle into its personal lounge. Holding their breath, they carefully opened the door, and to their relief, the bear bolted back into the woods. No one was hurt, but it was a heart-stopping moment they'd never forget. After receiving chilling tips from a viewer, a team of investigators arrive at an abandoned farm with a dark past. The original family vanished without a trace, and ever since, locals have reported eerie whispers and shadowy figures moving through the decaying house. As they prepare to enter, they briefly film an upstairs window that many claim hides something unnatural. Once inside, they carefully set up their equipment.
Camera either in this corner or...
Dude, what was that?
A table jerks violently across the room. Panic sets in. Was something lurking in the shadows of the farm? Or was it all an elaborate hoax? The truth remains buried in mystery. While exploring Hankey Church Cemetery in Plum, Pennsylvania, late at night, a Reddit user unknowingly captured something chilling on camera. The eerie photograph appeared to show a half-bodied apparition. Some say it resembles a priest, while others believe it could be a war veteran. According to local legend, a priest was lynched for adultery on these very grounds before the church mysteriously burned to the ground. Adding to the cemetery's unsettling aura, numerous war veterans are buried here as well. Despite repeated efforts to debunk or recreate the image, the original poster remained convinced, insisting this is one of the most compelling ghostly encounters they have ever witnessed. Reddit user LegoLizard5139 captured a bone-chilling moment outside their home, deep in the woods. After hearing eerie, unfamiliar noises, they grabbed a camera and started recording. At first, everything seemed normal, just a quiet, empty darkness. But then, for a fleeting second, a pair of glowing eyes pierced through the night before vanishing without a trace. Was it just an animal reflecting the light, or something far more unsettling lurking in the shadows? In 2018, a group of friends visited Molten Falls in Washington, a popular spot known for its breathtaking views and its risky 60-foot bridge jump. Despite warning signs, thrill seekers often leaped for fun. That day, 16-year-old Jordan stood on the edge, hesitating. She wasn't ready, but before she could decide, her best friend Taylor suddenly shoved her.
3. No, I won't go in. 2.
Well, she's saying no.
No, I just...
Ready?
Oh, that's so close.
Jordan's screams filled the air. The impact shattered 6 of her ribs, punctured a lung, and left her covered in several bruises. Taylor later claimed she never meant to hurt Jordan, but the consequences are real. When Jordan's family took legal action, Taylor pleaded guilty to reckless endangerment. Her punishment? Just 2 days in jail and community service. Though Jordan eventually healed, the emotional scars from that day would last much longer. While unwinding with a smoke atop a hill near their camp, a group of co-workers snapped photos of the breathtaking full moon. But when they reviewed the images the next day, their excitement turned to horror. A massive humanoid figure loomed in the background, too large, too unnatural to be human. Even more unsettling, it was captured on multiple devices. This wasn't their first brush with the eerie unknown. Just a year earlier, They had heard blood-curdling screams echoing through the night and glimpsed a towering white figure vanishing behind the hill. They weren't alone in their experiences. Locals have reported hearing those same terrifying screams for years. Is this the work of an urban legend, or did they stumble upon something far more sinister? While trekking through the Brazilian wilderness, a group of hikers approached a river, only to freeze in shock at what lay before them.
Essa é grande, viu? Olha aí, já, o tamanho dessa cobra. E a sucuri, anaconda. Agora vai embora. É louco.
A massive anaconda, stretching an estimated 50 feet long, slithering through the water with an almost mythical presence. Stunned, they scrambled to capture the jaw-dropping moment on camera before retreating to the safety of the shore. Their journey continued, but the encounter left them on edge, their senses heightened, constantly scanning the jungle for any more surprises lurking in the wild. A fisherman in California recently captured a mysterious video that has sparked intense speculation. In the footage, a large black figure is seen near a river, moving with a distinctly human-like posture. After a brief moment, the creature sits down by the water and appears to drink from it. Some believe it could be a person in a Bigfoot costume, while others argue it might be an undiscovered cryptid. However, the fisherman remained skeptical that it was just another person. He hadn't seen a single soul all day. So what if this was the real Bigfoot? While staying at a secluded bungalow, Carrie decided to take her dog for a family stroll through the forest, a path she had walked countless times before. But this time, something felt different. A sudden chilling scream tore through the dense underground, unlike anything she had ever heard. Her dog's ears perked up, his body tensed, before he erupted into frantic barking, fixated on the unseen source of the sound. A shiver ran down Carrie's spine. The words were distant yet unmistakable, distorted as if carried by the wind. Panic tightened around her chest. After what felt like an eternity, her dog finally returned unharmed but visibly uneasy. Without hesitation, Carrie turned back, practically dragging him along. As she hurried away, the ghostly voice still echoed faintly behind her, sending one final shudder down her spine. Reddit user Terry Pilled snapped a photo at the campground near the suspension bridge, only to discover something chilling: a ghostly white figure lurking behind a bush. At first he brushed it off as part of the surrounding plant life, but a daylight comparison revealed an unsettling truth: nothing like it was there before. The discovery has sparked debate online. Could it be a simple trick of the light, motion blur, or even an animal? Or is it something far more sinister? An apparition, a paranormal presence, or an unknown entity? What do you think? A camper set up a trail cam in Anger County, expecting to capture the usual wildlife. But when he reviewed the footage the next morning, he found something far more unsettling. At exactly 8 p.m., a strange translucent figure moved through the tall grass. It had a semi-transparent humanoid form with no legs, an oddly small head, and an eerie deliberate posture that made it impossible to write off as a camera glitch. Even stranger, the surrounding grass remained still, yet the figure triggered the motion sensor, meaning it gave off a heat signature. Whatever it was, the sight sent a chill down his spine. While exploring the infamous Crawford Road in Yorktown, Virginia, a place known for its eerie reputation, a woman and her friend decided to snap a few photos. Later, when she showed the images to her son, he noticed something chilling. If you look closely, a light-colored shirt appears just to the right of her friend, who was supposedly walking away alone. Confused, the woman recalled that her friend had deliberately ventured off by herself as a joke, confidently insisting nothing would happen. But as it turns out, she wasn't alone. This unsettling discovery leaves one haunting question: who or what was standing there? Reddit user Bonamassa72 had a chilling experience while exploring a graveyard late at night. As they roamed through the eerie silence, their camera captured something truly unsettling. A pale, ghostly figure standing motionless in the background. The apparition-like shape has sparked intense debate online. Some believe it could be the spirit of someone long departed, while skeptics argue it's just a gravestone, or perhaps another person lingering in the distance. But something about its eerie stillness and unmistakable form feels unnatural. What do you think? Could this be a real ghost, or is there a logical explanation for this haunting sight? Reddit user Underwater Whiskers stumbled upon a bizarre discovery at the end of a hike. An eerie collection of turtle shells scattered across one area. The sheer number of shells in a single spot immediately sparked debate. Was this the aftermath of a predator's feast, with discarded shells left behind? Or could poaching, environmental factors, or even human interference be to blame? While animal remains in the wild aren't unusual, the sheer volume of shells made this particularly unsettling. Was this just nature taking its course, or was there something far more sinister at play? Reddit user Lemonade Robot captured an eerie photo that sent shivers down viewers' spines. Drawn to the mist-covered graves, they snapped a picture, only to later notice something terrifying hidden in the fog: a ghostly screaming face. Even more unsettling, they recalled hearing faint, distant screams that very night. While some believe this could be chilling proof of the paranormal, skeptics argue it's just a case of paranoia, our minds playing tricks on us. So is this the face of a restless spirit, or just an illusion of mist? What do you see? While driving past a notorious suicide bridge rumored to be haunted, a Reddit user captured something eerie in the distance. A shadowy figure standing near the bridge. Convinced they had caught a ghost on camera, they shared the chilling image online, sparking a heated debate among paranormal enthusiasts. Some believe it could be the lingering spirit of someone tied to the bridge's tragic history. However, skeptics were quick to dismiss the claim, arguing it was nothing more than a smudge on the windshield or a trick of the headlights. With the bridge's unsettling past looming over the discussion, one question remains: was this truly a ghost, or just a case of mistaken perception? Reddit user YouGoGirl85 shared a chilling photo taken by a friend on their way home, completely unaware at the time that something eerie lurked in the bottom right corner. When the image hit the Paranormal Encounter subreddit, it immediately ignited debate. Many pointed out a shadowy human-like figure, with some even claiming it appeared to be holding a ball or helmet. Others insisted it looked like a child peering from the bushes, but not everyone was convinced. Skeptics dismissed it as a simple trick of the light, perhaps a windshield smudge or a reflection playing with perception. So what really was captured that night? A mere coincidence, or something far more unsettling?